What is going on, everybody? My name is Chris Channon. This is the #1 channel for senior care entrepreneurs. Today, we're talking about, is too much information helping or hurting you in running your business? And we got Dre in the house.
Hello, how you doing?
So, I'm excited, man. What do you think, Dre? Excited?
Yeah, I'm very excited.
Are you?
Yeah.
What are we excited about?
What I'm gonna eat after this.
Okay. What are you eating, brother?
Damn, I'm really showing my calories if I really say what I gotta say.
I think we got some donuts in the other room, right?
Yeah, I already hit both of them.
Did you leave me any? Probably not.
Next 2 minutes, it might not be there.
Okay. Well, just
how long is this video?
I don't know. I'm closer to the door though.
You got a head start.
That's right. You know, it's interesting in today's world, man. We got information galore at our fingertips, wherever, like on our phones, at our computers. You know, whatever website you could possibly imagine, whatever app, whatever person speaking their opinion. I mean, they're all there. So is this information helping us in making business decisions, or is it hurting us? What do you think, man?
It depends how you manage the information and what type of information are you getting. Are you getting good information? Are you getting bad information? Is it skeptical? Is it like the truth, or is it a lie?
Yeah.
Depend how you put it together, and are you applying the information? That's the question. Because we're getting so much information, we get overwhelmed.
Right.
You know, it depends who the person is that could handle all that information. It's a lot.
It's crazy because like part of, like, when I think about communication, right? It's like, in today's world, we have so many ways to communicate. We have more ways to communicate than we've ever had. Yet it's so much harder to get the message across. I'm meaning in the olden days, you could literally you could just go on, and create a TV commercial or have a radio spot.
Yeah.
Throw it out there and everyone heard it because there was only, you had TV, you had radio, and you had the newspaper. So you had 3 places to be. Today, you got to be everywhere. And not only do you have to be everywhere, but you got to be on Facebook, you got to be on Twitter, you got to be on Instagram, you got to be on all these things. But then you got to be not just posting, but you got to be putting up, stories and reels and all these different things. And it's like, at the end of the day, man, it's like, in order to actually have a message that someone's going to hear, you have to be omnipresent online. Definitely. And that's a lot of work, You
know what somebody said to me one time? I texted them and they were like, yo, did you get my text? He was like, no, I didn't get your text. But then she replied to me on Snapchat.
Right.
And I'm like, hold on. I text you on your phone, the main thing to get to your Snapchat, but couldn't get in contact with me. But everybody used these information or these different types of technology in different ways. Right.
And that's the hard part about it, is that you could go and plug into, say Grant Cardone and Dave Ramsey, and you could be conflicted and not know how to make a decision. You know what I mean? Because Grant Cardone's going to tell you, don't save your money, spend your money. Yeah. And then you're going to have Dave Ramsey over here like, save all your money, don't go into debt. And Grant's like, go into as much debt as you can. And, Dave Ramsey's like, don't go into debt. And so here you are, and now you got to make a decision. You're like, who do I listen to? It's like too much information.
Let me ask you a question. How do you decipher that though? With 2 people saying 2 different things, do you have to experiment yourself, or do you have to investigate? What do you do to understand that?
I think the reality is you have to understand what you're going after. Meaning, so for me, for instance, right?
Yeah.
When we think about opening up 100 adult daycare locations, I'm not trying to build a business that does 5 million in revenue. I'm trying to build a business that does 100 million in revenue, Yeah. So my risk tolerance today is that if I'm taking on risk, or if we're taking on debt, or if we're making decisions that are going to be, this is a big decision to make. This is an expensive decision to make. I'm thinking of it not that this massive expense today is the concern. All I'm trying to do is figure out, how do I get to that $100 million outcome, right?
Yeah.
So for me, my risk to reward is is the risk that I'm taking today worth the $100 million outcome? And if it is, that's a calculated risk that I'm willing to take. But if I was only going to grow to say 2 locations, then all of those risks I'm taking today are unnecessary and wouldn't help me get to that 2 location goal that I had,
That makes sense. I guess it depends on if that person that you're listening to, or the information that you're getting, is applying to what your goal is.
Exactly. Perfect example, right? Think about Grant Cardone. Grant Cardone, in his mind, he's trying to build a massive real estate portfolio that he can sell to BlackRock, which is the greatest hedge funds out there, right? So he's trying to build this massive real estate portfolio, right?
Yeah.
That's his goal. So his mindset, if you're not in alignment with that, then you probably shouldn't be following him, or at least his ways, right? Like, Like, because his goals are so big that he's taking massive action to achieve them. But if your goals aren't that big, then you should probably not. That may not be the right step. Because like Dave Ramsey, for instance, he's gonna be the one that's gonna, like, if you wanted to have like 1 or 2 locations and live a comfortable life and have a decent income and just be comfortable and pay down your debt and like be risk averse, like, then go that route. You know?
Yeah.
Like, but you gotta ask yourself, like, what is my goal that I'm trying to achieve? And then from that point, like, back down into like, okay, is the risk I'm taking now, is the decision I want to make, is the information I'm looking for, like, how should I make that depending on what I'm looking for, depending on what my outcome is. I mean,
I would say this, man, the power is in the information, and the power is in your hands. Which part of the information are you going to apply, and which ones are you going to be like, you know what, I don't need that. So the question is, like, it is too much information, but what is not enough information?
I think it's like, there's too much information out there today. So it's important, us as the people that can receive the information, to figure out ways to filter it. So I'm filtering the information coming to me.
Gotcha.
That's going to be applicable to my stage, of growth.
That makes sense.
So you got to be good at filtering. That's the key.
Not a lot of people are good at that.
No, man.
Because it comes up with this. Like, I have people that gets information. And they'll be like, oh, I got an idea for a trucking business.
Right.
Then the next day, oh, I got an idea for a gaming business.
All right. So here's the point. The only reason why people can't filter, I just figured it out. Like, just now.
Really?
Yeah.
Just one big light bulb.
Like, dude, the light bulb just went off, bro. The only reason why people can't filter is because they have not defined their end goal. Boom. Simple as that. If you define your end goal, dude, you can filter every information that comes at you. It's like when I was like, hey, we're focusing on just adult daycare and like going in this direction and going here, and this is what our plan is.
Yeah.
Everything, the way I filter information, who I talk to, what decisions I make, all come back to that filter.
Yeah. I guess
that's what it is.
They move in the goalpost, basically. They keep moving it every time.
Exactly.
Every time. Like, I want this.
Right. And dude, you keep moving the goalpost and you're distracted, and then like you don't know who to tune into. You don't know who should be your mentor. You don't know what to listen to. You don't know what decision to make. Like, now you're just confused as hell, and you're just running around in circles. It's like a dog chasing his tail, man. Like, you ain't going nowhere, but you're busy as hell trying to come up with a new idea, So just, you can put all that energy into one thing. But anyways, no, I think honestly, man, that's why it's so important to define your goal. Define what you want in your life. If it's opening that home care agency or that adult daycare center or that assisted living facility, if it's, doing like what you're doing on the event center space side, defining like, how big do I want this thing to be? Like, and I know you might start with one, and then it might evolve over time. But you have to ask yourself, at this stage in your life, right now, what risk are you willing to take? What is my defined goal? What do I want? Do I just want one location and have a certain comfortable salary of X? Do I want, one location and then a side hustle? Like, what do I want out of my life? And once you can go after that, then I think it's going to be a lot easier to filter the information that you're tuning into.
Correct. I agree with you, man.
All right, man. We agreed.
No.
Agreed.
With this, I agree. I know.
On this one, you agree.
I don't really agree with this guy a lot, but today I do.
I feel like we need like a scorecard,
yeah. There needs to be like some like numbers popping up, like point 1,
ding,
point 2,
ding.
Point 1, point 2. We gotta do that next time.
That'd be fun, man. That'd be fun. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you'd like to listen to more great content, make sure you join us here on the #1 channel for senior care entrepreneurs. Of course, if you'd like to learn more, go to chrischana.com. We'll see you guys in the next one. Now let's get back to work. Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me. If you'd like to learn how to open your own adult daycare center, go to adcpro.com. If you'd like the latest business tips, click here, and make sure you subscribe to our channel. Click here. We'll see you guys next time.